before we get into our lesson with the lovely Tarrah.
Artist Corner. Let's talk about um our health. Okay, and
Okay.
wellness as artists.
Yeah,
I
I
love
like
that,
that.
right? That is so important to being an artist, just about taking care of your instrument, especially if you're a singer or you're a dancer or, creatively, just overall wellness. We could, first of all, let's talk about body. Maybe another episode we'll talk about mental wellness, but
Mm-hmm.
body wise, as a singer, you have got to really be intentional about your health, especially like as far as drugs and alcohol. As someone who sing their whole life, alcohol really does a number on your voice. You are not your best self doing drugs and alcohol. And we can look at people like Whitney Houston and we're like, man, she still had a banging voice. First of all, Whitney Houston was a freak of nature. Like, she's
An
an
anomaly.
anomaly. Most people, if they, and even her being an anomaly, it took her about 25 to 30 years for for it to catch up with her, because eventually she did lose her voice.
Yeah.
After about 25 years, right?
Yeah.
But you have to really take care of your body, because your body is your instrument. So if you're drinking and you're drying out your voice, and then you are dehydrated, it really affects your ability to perform. What you eat really matters. When I used to go to a voice teacher, he knew what I ate based on how I sound. On my range, he'd be
Mm.
like, I'm moving up the range. La 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 la. Like, he's moving and I'm like, I hit my max. He's like, what did you eat today? Because you can go
Wow.
way higher than what you're going.
Mm-hmm.
And he was right. I probably had a Chick-fil-A sandwich and he's like, yeah, now you got acid reflux. Or now you have some
Wow.
inflammation, or don't eat this or don't eat that. And so you have to figure out what triggers your body
Mm-hmm.
and causes inflammation. So I have to stay very much aware of inflammation. That's why sometimes if I know I haven't been doing great, I'll tell you one herb that is like a singer's or a performer's best friend, and that is ginger. It is highly anti-inflammatory. It really, you can take it in the pill form. It's really strong. It'll, like, in about an hour, really lessen your inflammation in your body. So you'll notice you'll be able to have a higher range, right? So you just have to be careful and be aware that is definitely a herb that's really helpful. You can also grate it. You can drink it in teas and all of
Mm-hmm.
that. It's very good. But the healthier you are, as far as working out, exercising, your breath control, your core, having core strength. I notice that I can sing stronger and longer and hold my breath longer when I have a stronger core and I'm working out. Um, but if you are physically well, you'll be able to perform well. Even if
Mm.
you're playing instruments, singing, dancing, all of that, it really matters how you take care of your body. So really be aware of that and stay in shape. And especially if you are an independent artist, you never know when that opportunity is going to come for you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've been drinking for 5 days straight and the next thing you know, you're like, oh, you got a call. Oh, you can perform tomorrow at this, event, and you're fully dehydrated and your voice is shot, you're not ready. And I always say this, you're like, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And so constantly be in a state of readiness, take care of your body, exercise, eat well, make sure you're taking your vitamins and your herbs, and make sure you're strong so that you'll be ready for the next opportunity.
Okay. For longevity, stamina, and overall health. I love that. Thank you so
Mm-hmm.
much. I love that. Next week we'll probably talk about mental health as an artist,
Mental
because
wellness, yeah.
y'all be in shambles. Y'all
Ah,
be in me as well too. So we doing
we
the best we
all,
can with what we got.
we all.
For sure. So great. This week, if you tuned in last week, and if you didn't, take this opportunity after you listen to go back and hear what we talked about. We talked about starting over in different stages of life, whether it be moving or anything. And you touched on knowing your worth. And I thought that would be a great conversation to have, because, you know, I feel like now more than ever, there's this seeking of external validation. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't before. We grew up as someone who's always been more heavy chested, a little bustier, all these things. I grew up in an age where slim, no kind of chest, all that. So I had my moments where I'm like, I'm looking at magazines, I'm looking at videos, like, this is tough. But you see it everywhere now. It's like no escaping it. If you don't have the TV on, you got your phone. If you don't have a phone, you got friends showing you things. So I thought it would be important to talk about knowing your worth and how to not seek external validation.
Man, I love that.
So what would you constitute as knowing your worth? Like, how can someone